see where everything's at this time. This could just also be what's on your mind. So, of course, it's not going to be everybody's situation, but we're going to see what comes out with that. So, when it comes to Gemini, I'm skipping the other two fire signs. But yeah, we're just going to get to that. Gemini. So, when it's talking about Gemini, what do they need to know in regards to their love life? What does Gemini need to know in regards to their love life? Okay. So we have work, so profession, college, and workplace. Please don't tell me y'all messing with somebody at work. Freedom, casual, being single, lightness, and Ice Queen. So divorcee, mother, and discernment. Okay. So I'm getting, Gemini, that you guys may have had a breakup recently from somebody that basically kind of turned their back on you. And you're just enjoying being free to date, be who you want, being single, not being attached to anybody, and really just trying to work on your profession, like things that you want to do in your future, aka trying to get that money. That's what I see. So that's not even really about love. But for some of you, you could be dating people at work, which is never a good idea. I promise you, it's not a good idea. I personally haven't done it, but I've seen people, and I see people currently, at work dating, and the rumor mills are going, and it's just a lot. But let's see what else we get from this, see which route this is going to take. So, some of you also have mother issues. So, the way you were raised by your mother figure has probably deterred you from relationships. I feel like some of you are okay with being casual and being single. What does Gemini need to know about this? We have 4 of Cups. Yeah, you guys don't want to be bothered. 3 of Swords. Oh. So we have 4 of Cups, the 3 of Swords, and we have a 9 of Cups. So you could have actually dealt with a water sign, but this is giving me the vibe that a lot of you had your heart broken when it came to relationships. This was actually, I turned this over to this way. So you guys really are not interested in love. It's kind of like you have it at your reach. So you can get into a relationship if you want to, Gemini. But I feel like you guys have been hurt so much that it's kind of taking a hit to your self-esteem. And that's why you're okay with being single and just working and, basically playing the field because somebody really just did you wrong. Some of you had a mother that cheated on your father. And so you never trusted women. Yeah. So what does Gemini need to have a healthy relationship? What does Gemini need to have a healthy relationship? You have a 7 of Cups. We have the Fool in reverse. What does Gemini need to have a healthy relationship? And we have a Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay. So in order to have a healthy relationship whenever you're ready, Gemini, I feel like you have to stop. How do I say this? Because it's a good thing to keep your options open, but you guys have a lot of options. So you guys might be very attractive or charming. So you have a lot of options, and that's really your downfall because I feel like you go with, because you have so many options, you just jump into something. Sorry, that was outside. You just jump into something very quickly without even thinking, getting to know the person. And so it kind of deters you from actually dating. So I feel like some of you also need to stop skipping the dating phase because it's not a Cups in reverse. It's somebody that is not courting. So you don't court your people. You just basically demand them to give you what you want. And maybe this is the person towards you, but literally that's what I see. Like a lot of you have issues with, taking people out on dates and getting to know them, conversations, talking. So there's a lot around your emotional state when it comes to dating, your emotions. And I feel like that's a coping mechanism, especially with the Seven of Cups. Like having so many different options is a coping mechanism for you, because it keeps you from having to deal with the root cause of why you have problems in relationships. So you always tell yourself like, oh, I'm cool, I don't need a relationship. And I really feel like it's giving player. Like you might like to play the field, but I feel like a lot of that has come from the fact that you have had many heartbreaks. So with serious relationships that you were in, they all broke your heart. And so that's kind of led you on this path of, well, I am desirable and trying to prove a point. But in the end, you just keep getting sucked into these bad relationships because you're not taking your time. What is it you need to know about this? Wrap it up. I just saw a pregnancy card. So if y'all out there like that because you got options, wrap it up if you don't want to be a parent. What does Gemini need to know? What else do they need to know? Look at that. Free agent. I do what I want when I want mentality. So you guys have a fear of settling down because you feel like it's a form of control. You feel like relationships are a form of control. We also have mental disorders, so depression, anxiety, and narcissism. So that's where that narcissism comes from. As far as like, well, I'll do what I want. So you really don't take other people into consideration when it comes to that. And again, this could be cross-watcher. It could be how other people are doing you, Gemini. But this is your reading, so place it where it needs to go. There's definitely a lot about being single and liking to have variety, which is nothing wrong with that. Look, selfish. I'm telling you, I didn't force these to come out. Selfish, self-absorbed, and egotistical. So to have a healthy relationship when you're ready, you have to let all that go. It doesn't, I was going to say the world does not revolve around Gemini. It's kind of like if it's at your fingertips, like, okay, that's what I want now. So it's kind of like you're sitting there and you're like, I want a lobster. So you will make sure you find that lobster because that's what you want. Even though the stores might be closed, you will, or they're about to close. Let's say they're about to close in like 2 minutes and you force them to go find you a lobster in the store. And they have to go digging in like boxes in the freezer just to find you a lobster. So that's kind of what I'm getting here. That you really are all about yourself, which is not wrong, but I feel like when it comes to other people and their heart, you don't want to continue going down that path. I feel like there's something here that's really blocking you or making you feel like, well, I have to take control. And I really feel like a lot of you have dealt with heartbreak in your past, and that's another reason why you have turned into the heartbreaker. So that's what I get for you guys. Based on who's watching and everything, I might do full readings for the zodiac signs, but this channel is for me to do every other zodiac sign other than Capricorn, as well as what was I gonna say, as well as just general readings. So hopefully that made sense to you guys. If not, keep your head up. But I'll catch you guys on the next one.